Hello, welcome to Bake with Kate. Today we're going to make rock cakes. Before you start baking, you should make sure that your oven is preheated to 180 degrees Celsius fan, 200 degrees Celsius for a conventional oven or gas mark 6, and have ready 2 greased baking sheets and dusted with flour. This prevents the cakes from sticking. What you're going to do first is take your flour, which is 300 grams, and mix that with 4 teaspoons of baking powder. By doing this, you create your own self-raising powder. Mix those 2 ingredients so they're really well combined, so that you get an even rise in your cakes. And that looks right. Now add your butter, which has come straight from the fridge. That's 180 grams of unsalted butter, which I've cubed, and add that into your flour mixture. Now what you're going to do is rub the flour and the butter in together until they resemble breadcrumbs. And to do this, you just rub the butter and the flour in between your thumb and fingers lightly. This should take a few minutes. You can also do it in a food processor. Use your butter a bit softer until you get crumbs. So this is what the mixture should look like once you've done your rubbing in. There are some large bits left, but it doesn't matter for the rock cakes. So you can see you've got a breadcrumb-like texture. So next I'm going to add my raisins. You can use whatever dry fruit you like. I've used 150 grams of raisins, but you can use sultanas, currants, mixed fruit, apricots. You can even use chocolate chips if you want to. So I'm going to add those in now. And then I'm going to add 80 grams of golden caster sugar. And the good thing about rock cakes is that they don't actually need a lot of sugar, so they work out quite a budget-friendly cake to make. I would then add my orange zest. So I've used the zest of a whole orange. It smells really lovely. Just make sure that all gets in there. And all the oils from that orange will come out when it's cooking. It tastes really nice. Just use a metal spoon just to mix all of that in so that all the sugar and the zest is well combined with the raisins. If you could smell this, you'd really, really like it. It smells lovely. So now we've got all our dry ingredients ready, we're going to mix in our wet ingredients. So what we've got is 1 egg. That's a large egg. We're going to mix that with 50 ml of milk and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And I would recommend using extract, not essence, because you get a much better taste. And then just whisk those together. And just add that all in. And then you just want to bring that all together so you get a nice soft dough. You can use a spoon or you can use your hands. You can see that coming together now. You want to just make sure all the flour is incorporated. Some there. I'm just going to finish bringing the mixture together with my hands just because I find it a bit easier to do it that way. keep mixing. You can see it coming together. Whoops, lost another bit. You can see by bringing it together you just get all the flour up from the bottom of the bowl. Just to make sure it's really well mixed. That's nearly done now. This recipe makes about 12 rock cakes. You might find that it just makes 10 big ones, but I tend to just do 12. That's almost done now. You can see that's almost all mixed, all the flour from the bottom of the bowl. Now I'll get it all off my fingers. That looks really nice. So now I'm just going to clean myself up a bit, and then we'll put them onto the baking sheets. So now we're going to put lumps of the mixture onto our prepared baking sheet, sorry. So I'll just get a dessert spoon and just use another one just to get the lumps on there. You want them fairly well spaced apart because they do spread when they're baking. Now they really don't look pretty, but they taste really lovely. And the reason I've chosen to make them for my first video is because they're the first thing that I made when I was baking with my mum, about 6 or 7 years old, so it's a good thing for children to bake, and they enjoy it. So when they're baked, they have sort of a rough texture, and that's what makes them look like rocks. You can just, if you look, one looks a bit small, you can just add on a bit more mixture. So here's the rock buns on the tray, and they're going to go into the oven for between about 18 and 20 minutes until they're golden brown, and we'll have. Here are the rock buns. They've taken about 18 minutes in the oven, and as you can see they're a lovely golden brown colour. I'm going to leave them to cool on the tray for a good few minutes and then put them onto a wire rack. Now rock buns are best eaten on the day that they're made, but you can serve them on the day after, just perhaps warm them up in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Thank you for watching, bye!